母親に似て心の優しい君なのに。だが今日で最後だ。もう。
チャンネル登録していい。
Card Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Nen Garden. Check out their new exclusive Joker playmats, now available for pre-order in full color and one in sleek black and white at nengarden.com. Use NEN15 for 15% off your first order, plus apply my affiliate code card Kaizoku for an additional 5% on top of that. That's right, that's 20% off your order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. Discover the latest OP10 deck lists on gumgum.gg, updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, OP09 Robin deck breakdown. We finally have a Nico Robin leader in a color that I did not expect her to be in, purple-yellow. So let's take a look at the leader. So Nico Robin is a dual color purple-yellow leader with 5,000 power and 4 starting life. Her leader ability reads Banish. Yes, that's right, she has Banish. Similar to how Yamato has double attack baked into the card itself, Robin always has Banish when she swings at your opponent's leader. And what Banish does is when a character deals damage with Banish, the card that is taken as damage doesn't go to their hand, it just goes straight to the trash without triggering anything. And then also when attacking, you can trash one card with trigger from your hand. If you do this, you can ramp one Rested Dawn from your Dawn deck. So yeah, it's interesting, right? You have ramp kind of built into your leader ability. So in that regard, it's like, we know that's good with purple Luffy, but you are having to like minus resources in hand to do it, but you get to keep your life, I guess. That's kind of the trade-off compared to like purple Luffy. And then on top of that, you're able to banish too, right? So you're always a threat when you're swinging at your opponent's leader. They either have to, right, usually in the early games when you're swinging 5k at your opponent, they'll just take that life card because they want more counter cards in hand to protect their characters, but Robin kind of denies that kind of paradigm in the game. They have to defend that or else they're just going to straight up lose a life card, right? There's no benefit for them losing that life early on, so it's just better to just always counter Robin's early hits. And yet the deck just kind of plays around that, right? Your opponent is incentivized to keep their life total high, and you're just going to play cards that benefit the most from that. So let's just jump right into the deck list. We have 4 OP09 Sanji, 7 cost, 7k power, 1k counter. On play, you can return one or more of your Dawn cards from your Dawn field back to your Dawn deck, but in this case, you'll just pick one. And then this character gains rush, and you can rest one of your opponent's 6 cost or lower characters. So this is just an option to like go for lethal in the late game, right? You need a way to rest blockers because that's one way your opponent can play around your Robin's leader ability, right? If you're banishing every turn, they're probably going to develop a lot of blockers. Sanji just gets rid of it, and then you can swing with your leader, and then you can swing Sanji into one of the rested characters this way too. This is also good at like controlling a Doflamingo's board, because sometimes they can get around you starving them just by not swinging with their characters, but Sanji will force their characters to be rested, and then you can just take resources from their hand that way. And yeah, worst case scenario, he's 1k counter too, so it's a really flexible card. 2 EB01 Shirahoshi, 2 cost, 0k power, 1k counter. And then if this character were to be KO'd by your opponent's effects, you can heal one card from your deck to your life, and then she's a blocker. So 2 cost blocker that even if your opponent tries to remove her, she heals you a life. So that's as if you like took an attack and you actually get a card in hand that way. So Shirahoshi is good in that regard, like very sticky and what's the word? Like guaranteed value? I don't know if there's a word for that, but yeah, this is just great against decks that like to play big characters, like namely Shanks. This can just trump one of their big hits for 2 against black decks. If they try to kill your Shirahoshi to try to like go for game, you will heal a life and throw off their lethal. And especially with so many like large power characters with rush in the meta at the moment, with the 9 cost Luffy and the Shanks and the Rogers and stuff, just having Shirahoshi that can just stop that outright to protect one of your characters is like a really strong effect to have. 4 OP03 Charlotte Katakuri, 8 cost, 8k power, and then on play, you can place up to 1 character with the cost of 8 or less on the top or bottom of its owner's life area face up. So this targets both you and your opponents, right? You can pick one of your own characters to heal with it to prolong your life, or you could pick one of your opponent's characters to get rid of it so that it doesn't like let them get any more value from it. If you put a card with no counter on your opponent's board onto their life when you're like going for like lethal swings, if that card goes to their hand, like it's not like they're going to be able to defend anymore with it, and then they'll have to spend on to replay it too if they did want to replay it, in which most of the cases they don't anyway. So yeah, Katakuri is just multifaceted in that regard. We have some triggers in our deck that we do like to put back into our life anyway. And since we're a ramp deck, we can ramp to 8 pretty quickly. 4 OP04 Capone Bedge, 3 cost, 3k power, 2k counter. And then on trigger, up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters cannot attack during this turn, and we play him just for the trigger. So he's both a 2k counter and then a nice trigger that just stops your opponents from whatever they planned out to attack with for that turn, because it just nullifies one thing from attacking, right? And then also with our leader ability, we can discard Bedge to ramp with them too. So yeah, multifaceted way to use Bedge in this kind of deck. Editor put like a counter on screen for how many times I say multifaceted. 4 OP04 Yamato, 9 cost 9k power. On play, key up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the total of you and your opponent's life added together. Then if you have 1 or less life, you can heal 1 from the top of your deck to your life area. So I mentioned earlier that since we have Banish baked into our leader ability, your opponent would stay at high life because they don't want to lose life for no reason. Yamato takes advantage of that really nicely, right? If they're at 4 or 5 life, and then I'm assuming you're going to be pretty healthy too if you're going to use your cards to counter. It's not too out of the realm of possibility that Yamato can come out and then just KO like a 6 or 7 cost character this way. And yeah, Yamato is great even if you don't get the heal off, right? You don't always have to play Yamato at 1 life. You can still play Yamato and then just kill something and you have a 9k attacker afterwards. But also good in an emergency situation when you are at 1 life, right? Because it just heals you and could potentially kill something else. 4 OP05 Gedatsu, 5 cost 6k power, 1k counter. On play, key up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than their life. So same reasoning as Yamato. Gedatsu will usually be able to kill something because your opponent has to counter early to stay healthy and not lose cards to Banish. So Gedatsu, more often than not, especially in a Robin deck, can utilize that on-play KO effect to great efficacy, more so than in any other yellow deck. Because yeah, any other yellow deck, your opponent can just take extra life early to deny Gedatsu value. But with Robin, they really have to think, right? Do I want to lose a life for no reason to protect my board from Gedatsu, or just lose my character on board, or not play any characters at all? 4 OP06 Onami, 2 cost 3k power, 1k counter. On play, give up to one of your leaders or characters Banish for the turn. And then on trigger, you can kill up to one of your opponent's 5 cost lower characters. So you may be thinking, why do we need a card that gives Banish when our leader already has Banish? But yeah, we mainly use it for the trigger. I tech this deck heavily against Purple Luffy and Blue Doflamingo, if you couldn't tell. So just being able to kill something that's 5 cost on trigger just for free, basically, is great. And then yeah, even though our leader does have Banish, we can also like make our characters have Banish too, right? That's also a valid way to like starve out your opponent. If you put it on the Sanji or like the Namis you're going to play or the Robins you're going to play, you can kind of see how much like you're forcing your opponent to have to counter out of hand with this card. And then yeah, in the late game, you can play Katakuri to just put this Nami back into your life too, to KO another 5 drop. 4 OP07 Frankie, 4 costs 5k power, 2k counter. Then on trigger, draw 1 card, and if you have 1 or less life cards, you can play them out for free. So yeah, just a 2k counter option that we can like discard to ramp with. And then when we're at 1 life, we do get a free body. This can help us set up lethals because usually your opponent will also be low if you've been playing correctly. 4 OP08 Nami, 5 cost 5k power, 1k counter. On play, you can trash 1 card with trigger from your hand. And if you do this, you can key up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less. And then if you have 3 or less cards after this, you can draw 1 card from your deck. And then as a trigger, you can just activate the on-play effect, but you don't get the body. Similar to the reason we run the O-Namis, we just want triggers that can kill 5 drops. So this is one way to do it. And then this Nami can even do it on play. The caveat is that you do have to like discard another trigger card in your hand, and then that's competing with your leader ability, having to discard a trigger card to ramp too. But I think we run enough trigger cards that that's not too much of an issue. Sometimes it can be, but you'll rarely run into that situation. And yeah, just being able to kill a 5 drop for 5 is really strong. Again, it does really well into Purple Luffy and Blue Doflamingo, keeps their board clear since they like to swarm. And then yeah, it is 2 cards from your hand, right? This Nami plus another card. So it's great that when you're at low hand count, 3 or less, you get to draw 1. So it kind of mitigates some of that loss there. 4 OP09 Nico Olvia, 1 cost 0k power, 2k counter. On play, give it to one of your Nico Robin leaders, 3000 power for the turn. And then on trigger, if your leader is Nico Robin, you can draw 3 and discard 2. So it's just a utility 2k, right? You can use it for our leader ability to ramp. We can counter 2k, and then we can even use it offensively, right? Went down to buff for 3k, makes our leader an 8k Banish swing. Then on trigger too, it's great. Draw 3, discard 2. You can cycle some non-counter cards in your hand if you need to find like a Gum Giant or whatever situation that you find yourself to be in. And also a great target to put back into your life with the Katakuris, right? 4 OP09 Nico Robin, 6 cost 6k power, 1k counter. On play, if your opponent has 3 or more life cards, you can trash one of them. And then as a trigger, you can play up to 1 3-cost yellow character from your hand. So this compounded with our leader ability just applies a lot of pressure to your opponent, right? If they're not being able to counter your leader hit, they'll banish a card, and then you play this Robin, they'll lose another card that's like essentially banished, right? It just goes straight to the trash. It's just not called banish on this card. So it really adds up. It's like cards that you're ripping out of your opponent's like availability, right? Because these cards don't go to hand. So you do apply a lot of aggressive pressure this way. And then she even has counter too, so it's not like the worst thing in the world if you can't use the on play, like if your opponent's already at 2 life or something. And you can even set it up with the Katakuri too, right? If you Katakuri one of your opponent's key targets that you want them to just get rid of, if it's like the third life that they healed from with your Katakuri, you play Robin after, they have to trash it, they lose it that way. And then the trigger is mainly for like the Shirahoshis, right? You can get a blocker out with this trigger, or you can trigger out Nico Ovia from your hand. This would activate the on play and then buff your Robin leader to 8k for the turn. And then especially the next card that we're going to go over, 4 OP09 Jaguar D Sol, 3 cost, 5k power, 0 counter, and then he has blocker, and he's 3 cost, so you can cheat it out with that Robin we saw earlier as a trigger. And then Sol himself has a trigger, so if your leader is Nico Robin, you can play him out for free. So why not, right? We're Nico Robin leader, get that free attack your stat line blocker, and then he works with our leader ability too. We can trash him, because sometimes we don't need him as a blocker, and since he has no counter, just use him as like leader ability fodder. And also another great target to put back into your life with Katakuri. So you can swing with Sol, heal with them, and he comes back out as a blocker when you take a hit. And lastly, 4 Gum Gum Giant. Of course, since we can run the card, we have to run it. It's a 1 cost counter event, Dawn -2. You can trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader is a Straw Hat Crew type leader, which we are, give it to one of your leaders or characters plus 4k power for the turn, and then you draw 2 cards. So if you've been watching all my deck breakdowns, this is probably like the 5th or 6th time you've heard me talk about this card. But yeah, one of the best new purple events, and only Straw Hat leaders can run it. So it's pretty much an auto include in any purple Straw Hat leader deck, because potentially you can counter for 8k for 1 Dawn actually. And since we're ramping, Dawn -2 is no big issue at all. You kind of want to wait until you're like 8, 9, or 10 Dawn to do this though, because you don't want to get stuck at like 6 Dawn, right? Because Dawn -2 means you go back to the same Dawn that you're at right now on your next turn. But yeah, you're able to cycle out the plethora of non-counter cards we have in our deck in case you need more defense. And then not only can you counter for 4k for 1 Dawn, but the 2 cards that you draw with that second part of the effect can be like additional counter, right? It could be 8k in total actually if you draw like 2 2ks after that. For starting hands, you basically just want either of these 3, right? Gidatsu or Nami or Robin. So Nami and Gidatsu to keep your opponent's board clear. I think against most decks, you'll be able to clear whatever they play. And Robin just to rip cards out of their life early that they won't have access to anymore. If you can chain like a back-to-back Robin after your leader swings for 8 on your first turn, like your opponent will be at 2 life with 3 cards that they just basically lose out on. And then after that, yeah, you just try to smoothly curve your way to your late game. Here are some cards to consider. There's actually a lot of options and flexibility in the Robin deck. I don't think it's been solved yet, so do experiment on your own. But yeah, you can just swap out your late game as you see fit. You have access to OP08 Charlotte Linlin, 9 cost 9k power, and then on play, if you're down -1, you can trash a card from your hand, and then you can heal a card from your life back to your deck, and then you can top life or bottom life one of your opponent's 6 cost or less characters face up. So it's kind of similar to the 8 cost Katakuri, but you also heal yourself along the way. There's also 9 cost Luffy if you want a more aggressive option. He's a 9 cost 10k power, and then on play, if you return 1 or more Dawn cards from your Dawn field back to your Dawn deck, you can draw a card, so it replaces himself, and then he has Rush too. And then early Robin lists all seem to run Ace, but I think you kind of don't need it. But if you do want to put him back in, you can. 10 cost 10k power. Now on play, you can just heal 1 life from your deck, and then if you have 2 or less life cards after this, he gains Rush. And then there's 3 cost 4k power Jewelry Bonnie from OP08. So this is more of like a card draw engine if you need it. Because if you attach Dawn to her, and then on your turn, once per turn only, if your opponent were to lose a life, you draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand, so you're +1. Again, we do run cards like the 6 cost Nico Robin, and then our own leader banishing can trigger this, so that's why some people like to run this Bonnie. And I do see the merit in it, but I kind of prioritize more of like the removal. So I wanted to run like full Gidatsu, full Onami, full Nami. And lastly, we have OP09 Deresh. It's a 3 cost event that basically lets you on main look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you can draw 2 trigger cards from that pool of 5 cards that you looked at, except another Deresh. Then on trigger, you draw a card. So this is a good option too, but I just feel like every slot in the list that I am using is like already so imperative that I don't know. Maybe I could cut out like an 8 cost Katakuri for this, but I haven't found the need for like a draw card like this personally. So for this deck, I like to go first. On your 1 Dawn turn, you'll just pass because we don't really have a 1 Dawn play. On your 3 Dawn turn, you'll most likely just swing with your leader for 8. You'll discard a trigger card and ramp to 4. Your opponent either has to counter 4k, that's 2 cards, or they'll just lose a life card because you have Banish. And then the turn after, you naturally go to 6. That's when you can play the Robin here if you'd like. If your opponent was a 4 life leader, they took that 8k, they're still at 3 life, so you'll still make them take a life to go down to 2. If they're a 5 life leader, they'll just be at 3 right now. So if you have another Robin for your next turn, you could do that too. And at this point, it's up to you if you want to ramp or not. And then if you do ramp, you'll be at 7 at this point. going to 9 next turn. That opens up the option to play a Yamato on curve if you want, or Katakuri or even Sanji and then attack with your leader for 7. At this point, you probably don't need to leave Dawn up for Gungam Giant just yet. And yeah, basically after that, you go to 10, so you're good for the rest of the game. You're at 10 Dawn, you're at the max amount. And that's pretty much the curve that I like to play with the Robin deck. So that is my Robin list for OP09. I actually think she's pretty good into some leaders. She does especially well into Blackbeard, because you're able to deny him extra cards that you can use for his leader ability. It's also good against Doflamingo, because we like teched heavily against him. That's probably why, but yeah. Like the Onami triggers, the Nami triggers, the Nami on plays, the Yamato on play, the Gedatsu on plays, it all deals with Doflamingo boards really well. But still, they can still high roll and mow you over, but they don't high roll every time, right? So I do think that this deck does have a pretty good matchup against Doflamingo, the way that we built it. The decks that this leader has trouble against, in my experience at least, have been Red Purple Luffy and Shanks. Red Purple Luffy in that like you can't just get that free 5k swing with your leader every turn to like deny them cards, because they're a 6k base, so it's kind of hard. You do have to like kind of play the curve differently and always have a Dawn available on your leader to try to deny it. And similarly with Shanks, since he can give -1k to your leader, it's like he's a 6k base but only for 1 attack, and it just makes it hard for you, Robin, to like pressure him that way. But yeah, this deck definitely is fun. I think it gets some new tools in OP10 too, so I'll be excited to try out like the yellow supernova cards in this deck. But until then, I think this is as good as this deck's gonna be, unless someone finds like some crazy tech for this card in the West. But until then, this will just be the version I'm running, so you can give it a shot yourself. If you find some secret tech, do let me know and I'll make a video on it, I guess. And yeah, hope you enjoy the gameplay footage with this deck coming up right now, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you, bye. Yeah, Robin versus Doflamingo. Now, do I just get butt blasted by this guy? I just have to pray on my triggers, because I have a lot of like character killing triggers, like this Onami. Gedatsu is good, right? But I wish I had other stuff too. So let's keep it. Maybe we can use a Sanji's to good effect as well. Okay, Sengoku comes out. Let's search top 5 for a 7 rollers of the C-type. I really should change these leader cards to like the nicer art, but I'm lazy. Okay, we will pass on our 2 down turn, so he's gonna leader ability guarantee something that, oh no, it's not guaranteed. It's a Sengoku search, not a Perona setup. Huh, another Sengoku. Okay, so no leader ability this turn. He might still attack us for 7 though. Okay, he has a Jinbei. What do you find with the other one? Buggy. Okay. Well, he could have played that this turn to set up. I guess he's gonna do it next turn. Okay, I'll stop yapping. 7 at us. We'll take that. Get a Sol. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the Sol. I do think I'm not gonna swing with them though, because we're gonna just attach everything. Swing 9 at lead. Discard Onami. Rampadon. We lost the Teach. We'll pass. Okay. So I can still get out to whatever he plays out, because he still has 4 life. Then turn after I can Onami, or regular Nami, not Onami. Ooh, they bounce our Sol back to hand with Jinbei into Law combo. 5 at us, we will counter that for 2. What do you leave a Dawn up for? The Buggy? Oh no, another Sengoku. Oh, he bounced it back to hand to replay it. Right. He's drawn so many cards. Okay, I gotta equalize. Okay, Mihawk. So Gedat's kill. Which one do I want to kill? That guy. And I will swing 7 at lead, and he will, I don't know what it'll do. I'm not gonna ramp because I think I need all the counter that I can keep in my hand. Okay, he does counter 3 here. We'll pass. We go to 9 next turn anyway. Right, it's the difference between 9 and 10 Dawn. I think we're good. They play this slot that makes me have to bottom deck a card, so bye-bye, Sol. 5 at us. I don't want to have to... But he's going to do 7, so I will counter with the Sanji, unfortunately. Then 7 at us. Is this blind? It is blind. Gakko how lucky. Draws him back. Teach, we'll take the 7. Onami trigger, how lucky for me. We'll kill, I guess, Gecko. Just keep his board at bay, right? Robin is good too. So let's just swing into Jinbei. I could kill with Yamato. Would it be a good idea to set it up now? I think so, because they can't really deal with Yamato after that. So we'll do 5 at lead with Robin. Make them counter or lose a card. Okay, they counter 1. 6 in the Jinbei. If he dies, I'll just do something else. Okay, counter 2, that's what I wanted. So Yamato kill Jinbei. Pass. Okay, he has no attacking bodies. Plays Weevil, draws a card. Plays Jinbei to play out the Boa. So no leader ability, but it could be a 7k from leader at least. I will go to 1 life. That's not good. I might have to double Gum Gum Giant to live the turn after. Okay, here's 7 at me. Give me another trigger, please. Nope, it's Yamato. I am at 1 life now. Maybe Yamato is the answer. So we do 5 at lead. We'll counter or take. Or you could block with the Boa, which is what I want to. Gives me something to attack into. Do it. Yeah, they blocked. Okay, we'll do 6 into Boa. We're starving. Okay, they counter 1. Then we'll do 9 into her. She dies. We'll play the other Yamato to kill Weevil and heal. We'll pass with the done up from Gum Gum Giant. Feeling a little optimistic now. Right, we made his hand disappear and then we have 2 9Ks on board. We have a lot of defense in hand too. And I still have Nami for removal. And Robin still makes some trash of life if I need it. Okay, 5 at us. I guess I'll counter 1. I don't think I need the Robin anymore. What's he have left in his deck? Everything. Okay, so it's 10 from leader. Is he gonna kill my Gidots or me? 10. I could risk it and Gum Gum Giant this and hope to hit a 2k. But 10 at Yamato. 11 then, because it's gonna add Arrested Dawn. Did he know this bow was up there? He didn't. Oh no, he did, because he played a bow last turn. Okay, so we will Gum Gum Giant. Discard Shirahoshi, buff 4k. Get another Gum Gum Giant, perfect. And Gidatsu too, I can like double kill. And then Gekomori brings back another Hancock for them, or another Gum Gum Giant. Okay, so I can't Nami actually, because I don't have another trigger card in my hand. That's okay though. So we do 9 at Jinbei. He died. 6 at Boa. Okay, she died. Play Gidatsu, kill Gecko. Do 7 at lead, they'll trash it. Then we'll do 9 at lead, they'll get this one. For free, then we'll pass. Okay, we win next turn. I don't think there's a way for them to come back. Especially because I have 3 Gum Gum Giants in hand. Okay, Jozu bounces a Gidatsu back to hand. Then Boa out. So I need a trigger card to kill the Boa with this Nami, and then I think I have the bodies for lethal after that. Okay, so put the Arrested Dawn on leader. 6 at Gidatsu, I will counter to save him. With the counter that you gave me, I get another Yamato. This kills Boa too. Yeah, we'll do that. Yamato kill Boa. 5 at lead. Oh, he just concedes. Well, he did have a lot of counter. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 and 7, yeah. But I think that would not have been able to... No, he would have lived, right? He counters 1k, my leader hit. And then Gidatsu 6, he counters 2, and then the Yamatos he takes, and then... He can't kill me though. Okay, whatever, we won. Bye. We have Robin versus Teach will go first. I'm gonna teach you a lesson here. It's gonna make our on-plays not work, so let's not keep Gidatsu. This, I guess we'll try to banish him, right? If he doesn't get cards in hand, then he can't leader ability. Right, so, oh, my leader already has banish though. That's the thing. I need to have characters out. We'll see. I think this hand is a little awkward actually. Just a tad bit, a skosh bit. Do you guys know skosh? Like you think it's an English word, right? Skosh, like a little bit. I think it's a really old word. I remember I heard it from like old Looney Tunes cartoons, but it's actually a Japanese word, skoshi, which means a little bit as well. Sorry, this is my age, Panzerman Van Auger. I went on quite the wild tangent there. They already leader ability us. Okay. I mean, usually on Robin's 3-down turn, they just swing or ramp to 4. They lose another card, so yeah, they lost 2 cards for that. Maybe it's his first time playing against a Robin. Right, Robin's not exactly like a popular deck in the meta at the moment. 6 at us, I will counter this because I want some good triggers for later. I want him to have a character out. Look at Barto. Barto is one of those good characters out. I can kill it with Nami. So let's do it. Discard a Frankie to kill. We get a card back because of Nami's 3-card part. 6 at life. I will not ramp. Okay, they lose that as well. They don't have a 2k. This is perfect. And yeah, I'll just give Nami Banish with Onami, and then my leader will have Banish too. 6 at us. Okay, finally I'll take one. The Robin trigger. I can play a 3 cost or less. I don't have one. I do, but I don't want to play the Onami out. Oh, they just what did they do? Finger pistol my Nami. I have to read like the chat log because it like the 2 you discard with the finger pistol like go on top of it instantly, so you don't see what really happens. Maybe at some point Batsu will add like animations, and that would be cool. Okay, so they do black hole me, so I can't even do the Onami thing anyway. So I was just tripping. I could just play something that he can't kill with the liberation or something. Or finger pistol. So that's Sanji, right? We do 6 at lead. I think he still doesn't have any counter for this. So we'll see if he loses another life. He does. Okay. Play out Sanji and pass. Right, we're just playing out bodies that are hard for him to remove. I think Robin might actually be a Blackbeard counter. Now that I think about it. Right, because he always has to defend against the leader hits. That means less leader ability uptime. Huh. Maybe I should redo my tier list, but I already posted that video. No. Robin, I think, is only good against like certain decks, but overall in the meta, I think she does horribly against like Red Purple Luffy and Shanks, right? Because they're both leaders that you need extra Dawn on your own leader to attack into, and I think that kind of is detrimental to Robin's playstyle. You want that free extra 5k ping to burn a card from their hand. Okay, so teach 7k us. I have no 2ks. I might have to take this. Gungam Giant. Good to have it. Okay, Van Augur out. We can just kill it with Nami. Oh, I don't have a Nami. Oh yeah, they leader ability too, so I can't do anything about it. Well, do I suspect that they don't have any counter? I just get him to 0 this turn, right? Now I want to play another character out, because he's going to play 10 Beard. So we'll do 6 out lead. Which I still don't think he has a 2k for, because he doesn't have the stage card to like cycle either. He did discard a stronger though. He took that and lost a 10 Beard. Okay, we'll let you go to 0. Right, if he couldn't defend a 6k from my Banish leader, you can't defend a 7 from my Sanji. He takes. Play out Yamato and pass. So at 10 Beard they lose, because I'll have 2 attackers afterwards. And I just split between them. Okay, he attacks with the Van Augur. We'll counter 2, I guess. 5 hit us with lead. Yeah, it's a 10 Beard coming out. Most likely gonna freeze my Yamato or pacify. I looked up pacify. Pacify just stops from attacking. There's a magic card that stops attacks and also removes his abilities, but I forgot what that card is. So 5 hit us will counter 1. Is it Oblivion Ring? No, Oblivion Ring makes him like remove from play, right? Until the card is gone. Swords to Plowshare also does that, and it just goes away completely, because there's the 10 Beard we just split between Sanji and leader. So this is 12, 24, 22, so 11, 11. They have 4 cards in hand, so I don't think they would have it. We could leave 1 Dawn up for Gungam Giant just in case. So we'll do 10 and then 11. And yeah, we already kind of sussed that they don't have any 2k counters. He does block it. Just go for game here, 11k. There's 2k. Oh, maybe he did have the counter. No, he doesn't. Nice. Yeah, he left. Yeah, Robin, I think actually, in like a, if the West goes like super crazy on Blackbeard, Robin might be the answer to him actually. And I won like a Doflamingo game earlier too. Yeah, it's just freaking Shanks and Red Purple Luffy that are hard for Robin to deal with. Maybe even Bonnie. I have to do more testing. Okay, bite. We have Robin versus Smoker. The Smoker, baby. Want more Robins if we can. Nope, we mulligan the one that we had to 0. Okay, he does play brand new. Picks up a starter deck Hina. We will swing 8 at lead. Trash a Bedge and ramp. They lose a Kuzan, that's good. Fordon attacks me for 5. I will. Guess I'll counter that. I want to wait till he has characters out to like trigger to kill it. Okay, Kuzan? Yeah, like something like that. I can kill Kuzan now. Let's do 6 at lead. I guess we'll keep ramping. Counters 2, then we'll play Nami into Frankie and then kill Kuzan. Then we draw a card and it's just another Frankie. Where'd my hand go? Then we go to 9 next turn and we can play Sanji out, who is hard for them to kill with the Tashigi. Okay, so 5 at us. I think we still counter. But I want him to have something that I can kill with my triggers. 5 from brand new, dang it. We'll take that. It's an Ovia. We'll use the trigger. Ooh, this is good. I hit 9, right? So I can KO anything with Yamato. Get rid of a Robin and a Sanji. Borsa? Okay, I can't KO that guy. Frick, man, come on. I guess I'll use a Robin. Man. Okay, so Robin, and then we have 3 down left over. So do 5 at brand new with Nami on board. If he blocks, I kill the blocker. Okay, not. He does not. He does not, so I will do 8 at lead. He blocks and counters, and he just has to die. Play Robin, make him lose a life, and then we'll pass. Ooh, Gecko Moria. I like that. I like it. I like it. Just hope he doesn't have another in hand, because he is at 8 down right now. I can kill a potentially 6 drop if I defend my life. So they Hina my Robin, and then they play Brook the Killer. And then they do 7 at Nami. Sure, everything is dead. Thanks a lot. Okay, we'll do 5 at... Oh, I don't even have to use Gum Gum Giant. Let's do 6. Then we'll just kill Brook, I think. Do I have to kill Brook? Okay, they counter 2. I guess we'll kill... No, I kill Hina, right? Doesn't matter. I don't think he can cost reduce my Yamato enough to kill Yamato. I hope. Let's just play it safe. We'll kill Brook. Pass. If he has like 2 Ice Ages or something, then I'll regret it, right? Oh, like Ice Age and Tashigi, right? That's 9 total. Kakomoria brings back the Brook anyway, but he's probably gonna bring back the blocker, yeah, and then a brand new. So never mind on that. I was just joking, just joshing. They did discard an Ice Age in the end. So they picked up a Tsuru. 5 at us, I guess we'll take. Hope to get a trigger to kill Borsa. Onami trigger, thank you. Because he's not immune on his turn. He's immune on my turn. Okay, 6 at us, I guess we have to take it. Dang, we have to go to 1. Sol trigger, yeah. Trigger out. Thank you, Sol. Sol, good man. Play Sengoku and then do whatever Sengoku does. Draw 3, discard 2. Oh, he does discard 2 first. Alrighty, I'm gonna play Katakuri. So I can afford 1 Dawn on my leader to do 6 at lead. He counters 2. Oh, he took it and lost to Sengoku. Do 5 at Hina. You're just gonna put him back in life. Counter. Okay, we'll just do... Should I just get him low? Should I set up for lethal? Do I care about the Hina? I don't think so. We'll just attack leader for 9. Takes. We'll play out Katakuri, put Sol back on our life. We'll pass. Then he triggers out for free as a blocker. So that's 2 hits that he can stop. And I have 1 other life as buffer on top of that, and I have Gum Gum Giant. So I think I am good. And then if they want to kill Yamato, they have to commit like 5 Dawn onto this Gecko Moria. And even then I might draw into 2k counters with the Gum Gum Giant. That's the hope at least. I could like whiff and then get my other copies of Yamato and Katakuri who don't have counter, you know? 11 at Yamato. So I guess I have to Gum Gum Giant this. We'll trash Nami before and I get 1k counter. That's fine. They can commit like 13 on leader to guarantee the killing Yamato, but then no blocker, that means I just go for game. Because I have these 2 big boys out. I guess he has to play another Gecko and then bring back the Borsa. right? Yeah. Yep, there's a Gecko into Borsa and probably Sengoku again. Right, get rid of non-counter cards and hope to get counter. Yep. Okay, so I probably don't have a good shot at killing him because of that. I'm pretty sure his hand is stacked full of 2k counters right now. So what can I do instead? Well, I'm gonna play Sol for 3 and then have 1 Dawn up for Gungam Giant, so that's 6 Dawn to work with. We'll just start off with the 9, see what happens. Hope to burn 3 cards from his hand at least. Then 9 from Katakuri, and then how much did I need again? 4. So 6. I can do 9, 9, 10. If my quick math was correct. We'll see once I start attacking. That's when I verify my math. In the middle of an attack string. After I've already committed stuff. So that's 3 cards. That's what we expected to get. The thing is 3 card hand. So if I attack with Robin, they'll block. Then I can try to kill Gecko Moria instead. Do I even have to worry about it? So 9 leader, so Sol, Gungam Giant, 2 Dawn left over. I might as well do 10 at lead. He'll block with Borsa. Oh, he took it. What the heck? He's gonna use Borsalino as an attacker. 9 at lead. Wouldn't you want to have blocked my Robin hit and then taken that? What do you lose? 1k counter? I don't know. We'll play Sol and pass. So I have a Sol on board, a Sol from Trigger, and then Gungam Giant. I don't think there's a way I lose here. Okay, Hina attacks me for 6. We'll counter 2. Okay, they play Tashigi. This kills Sol, so I should have just used them. That's fine. I still think he only has 3 attacks, right? And I have 3 hits that I can take. So here's 7. We'll take the Sol, trigger him out. 9 at us. We'll take that one. Get a shit. Shit. I'll even flex and I'll Gungam Giant this last hit. Oh, for 12? Okay, maybe not. We'll just block. Okay, he concedes. He had nothing else he could do. Okay, okay. We beat Smoker. Smoker's pretty meta, right? So yeah, Robin's not as bad as I thought. I've played a lot of games with her though, so maybe that's just... I just needed to get used to her. Okay, bye. Yeah, Robin versus Red Yellow Sabo. We'll go first. Think I'm good against him. Right, we'll pass. Because he does like life stuff and I can banish. Okay, he already set up their life, which I'm going to swing 8 at, so I don't know if that's a good idea. But he takes top life, puts something back on top. Or maybe he's guaranteeing to not lose something good by putting like a trash card on top, right? For a little bit of consistency there. But we're going to swing 8 at him and we're going to discard a Sol to ramp. He counters 4k with 3 cards in hand. Ooh, that's really devastating, but it looks like whatever they put on top they really want to keep. 6 at me will take. I'll keep this Nami. I don't want to kill Hiyori. Okay, they play Karasu. It's something I can kill. Well, we can get outs to kill Karasu and then we'll swing 6 at him. And I think I still want to ramp, so I will discard and ramp. He took that, lost a cracker that he put on top. Unfortunate. That means he doesn't have any more 2Ks in hand either. Okay, plays out the 4-cost Karasu. Hits me for 7, I have to take that. And then you can put the Karasu in life? No, it has to be like a 7k, right? I just take this, another get outs. But I can't kill this one with it. I can kill it with Nami. Let's kill it with Nami. So... But then I have to use my Robin as fodder. That's okay, right? That's worth it. So Nami, discard Robin, kill Karasu. Then we'll attack 8k into them. I don't need a ramp anymore because I go to 10 next turn, so they lose that. Let's forgo attacking with the Gedatsu because I don't want him to get any cards in hand until I can like go for lethal. Okay, 9 I could have got him to 1 if I didn't care about the Karasu on board, but I did. Might as well Gungam Giant this. We'll discard a Gedatsu, buff 4k, and then counter 1k. And I drew my 4th Gedatsu, I think. Yeah, that's all 4. Okay, they play Kuma, who is just a 4-cost 5k. So I think he doesn't have any more 2K, so we'll swing 7 at him with our leader. He loses that. Then we'll play Onami on Gedots. Attack 7K again because I know he doesn't have any 2Ks, and he concedes because I would have done 7. He takes, and then 9 with the Nami for perfect lethal. Cool. Bye.
Card D Kaizoku.